Good morning. Good morning. If you're just joining, we're going to get started rather quickly this morning because we've got a lot to pack in the hour that we've got. You don't need to be worried about being too warmed up. We're not jumping into anything hard or high intensity this morning. Everything is going to be pretty low. In fact, the first minute we'll start off with just some body Vesper, cut the cake. Everything is low to mid rate, steady state. 3 by 15 minutes with 4 to 5 minutes in between, which means we've definitely got to get started in the next 3 to 4 minutes if we want to get out of here on time. If you are here, you can definitely take some strokes, get stretched out, but we're going to get moving rather quickly so we can make sure we get everyone out of here on time.
Hi, Steven.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, if you're just popping in here, we're going to try and do our best to get started in the next 2 to 3 minutes. You don't need to worry about being too warmed up. Everything we're running right off the bat is long and low stroke rate. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're in for this morning endurance camp, obviously. Welcome to week 3. Week 3 live 1, 3 by 15 minute steady state. 3 by 15. It's going to look something like a minute on a drill, 3 minutes on, a minute on a drill, 3 minutes on, a minute on a drill, and then the last 6 minutes will be on. All right. So just so we know about how long we're going to be working for, those last 6 minutes are 3, 2, 1. We'll be moving up in the rate, and we'll take 4 to 5 minutes off, and we'll come back and repeat. Anything on the drills or on the minute drills will either be body Vesper, cut the cake, just working on hip rotation, stretching, or body pause, just working on sitting up nice and tall, super long, but relaxed in the upper body. It's really going to be the focus this morning. So as I see most of you warming up and stretching out, hopefully we're all moved over inside of erg zone. I see that I have 8 rowers at the line already. If you're not there, let's go ahead and start moving over. I have Christina, Scott, Jen, Nora, Ira, Katie, Jill at the start. I believe I've got one more trying to hop in along the way. But if you're in here, make your final preparations. We're going to get moving here shortly. Once again, we've got Christina, Scott, JP, Nora, Ira, Katie, Jill, Nancy at the start. Rachel's popping in. She's probably in now. We're going to get moving in the next 60 seconds if we can. First minute on is a drill. Use it to relax, get warmed up, stretched out. Don't just run through the motions either. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Hips and hamstrings, upper body, just get loose and comfortable. Every stroke today, we just want to be long and relaxed. The SPI range is 72 to 78%. Keep it light, keep it loose, keep it long. This is not intended to be hard and challenging this morning. Let's go ahead and, Rachel, get that erg zone loaded up because we're moving in the next 30 seconds. Feet strapped in. Anytime you see target stroke rating of a 10 inside of erg zone, we're on a drill. Here we go. Everybody is in position. Let's go ahead and pick up those handles and sit ready. Remember, first minute on, body Vesper, cut the cake. Nice and slow. Ready, y'all. Rope. Super relaxed. Moving slowly through that body Vesper, cut the cake. And I want you to actively hold that stretch for a second. Hold that stretch. I want you actively overreaching. That's not to say we want you reaching too long on your regular strokes, but let's get loose. Just taking the time, focusing on shifting the weight from the back of the seat to the front of the seat every time. We're not looking for an absurd amount of body angle, but we want to make sure that we're getting the weight to the front of the seat, actively getting the upper body in front of the hips every stroke we take. Your first stroke rating on is 14. You're going to see that shift over now. We're going continuous rowing, 14 strokes a minute. 14 is slow. Focus on the length, the posture, staying relaxed. Hit that stroke rate. Focus on maintaining your effective length. Catch to finish. Constant force to the feet and handle. Catch to finish. Without it being a whole lot of force, right? This is nice and light, nice and slow. Everything from the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, fingers, relaxed. Just don't drop the handle. Good pivot there, Nancy, keeping that chin level on the way out of the catch. Slide control, Christina. Control that slide on the way in. Remember, one speed of the handle, finish to catch. We're not looking to decelerate or accelerate into that catch. In perfect control. So what that means is the seat has got to be sliding at the same speed of the handle. So I don't want you to feel like you're rowing downhill. Nice and long, nice and easy. We're all looking to be within single digits of the target watts. Make sure we're not too high, too low. Everyone's looking good, looking long, looking comfortable. Make sure with the length, we don't create any stiffness or rigidity in those arms and upper body. Let's keep the head still on top of the shoulders. We're going to be moving into 16 strokes a minute shortly. Keeping the same stroke, same pressure. We're going 1 minute on a 16 rower. 16, find the new watts, find the new rate. Nothing about the body position, posture, or length should change. Same stroke, less time to make it all happen. As long as we've kept the same amount of force to the feet, we should have added some watts with the added stroke rate. Whatever your SPI number is, every time we add a beat on the rating, we're expected to add that on the watts. Nice work. Everyone's on target. Keep it relaxed there, Christina. Remember, it's not a class. We're going 3 by 15. So I want you to lighten that load, Christina. Do work hard to hit that target watt at that target rate. I know you can go harder. That's not the point this morning. And we're on the paddle. On the paddle, you can run the body Vesper, cut the cake one more time. Body Vesper, cut the cake one more time because we're just getting loose. You want to grab a quick sip of water, A-okay to do that. We're on a minute off. Everything one more time is going to be focused on the hip rotation, proper pivot, shifting the weight to the front of the seat, and relax in the upper body. Move slowly, moving slow. If you have to hold the stretch because it either feels good or feels tight, do it. We got about 20 seconds on that Vesper and stretch. When we get back on, we're going to be at 16. We're going to see 2 minutes at 16, 1 minute at 18. Christina, we're going to work to keep that load light. I want less watts at each stroke rate. Hit that target. And let's go back to continuous rowers, 16. No rush to get there, right? Nothing fancy specials happening. We're just taking strokes. 16 on the stroke rate. Let's find our target watts, rowers. Finding the target watts. Staying nice and tall there, Nora. You've got enough of that length. Keep that posture. Nice work there, Scott. Good work. Good work. Good work. As I mentioned, I talked about moving from finish to catch with one speed. As we get onto the slide, I want you to focus that the hips and the handle are moving exactly the same speed and same distance. The hips and the hands are connected. Once we set the body, hips and hands are moving same distance, same speed into and out of the catch. Find the 16, rowers, find the 16. If you're running at a 15 stroke rate at your target watts, you're running a higher SPI than we desire. We want these strokes to feel light and long. Don't feel like we're overworking it. Nancy and Nora, keeping that chin level out of the catch. It's a subtle movement, but it's there. And if it's there at a 16, you can imagine what happens at a 30, right? Keeping everything as still and can be, still as can be. As we move, we see that rating moving already, rowers. We're into the 18. 18 on the stroke rate, and we're there for 60 seconds. Loose, long, relax. Get the hands away first, Christina, keeping the chin level. Stay tall there, Jill. Stay tall there, Jill. Nice and tall, chest up. Keep that chest up and pointed up at that monitor now. We have 30 seconds, rowers. Find that 18, find that 18. Some of us are a little high, a little low. Nice pivot there, Rachel. Hips back as the hands are away. And we're on that paddle one more time. On that paddle, we're going to paddle it out for about 25 seconds. Paddle, slow it down, relax, catch the breath. We're going to run through 30 seconds of a little bit of a pause. Nothing crazy. We're just going to call a pause at body, a pause at half slide. All I want you focused on when we make these calls is that the hips and the hands are moving together. So everybody, let's pause at body over. Arms out, body over. Tall and long, sit up and stretch. And we're going to go to half slide. Half slide up. Hips and hands move together. And when I say go, we're going to take the full slide stroke back to body pause. Rope. Through with the catch, connect, complete, back to body. So the hips and hands are one set distance. Let's go to half slide. Same distance, nothing changes. And we're going to go continuous rowing, 18. Ready, row. We want to focus on those checkpoints, right? We want to focus on those checkpoints. Justin likes to use the word gather as we sort of collect the body, we set the body, and then we keep that collected and controlled into the catch. So I want you focused from finish to body, body to slide, slide to catch. You know, the idea that the upper body is static once we get to body through the catch is key. Very still, no extra movements, well connected. Work to find the 18 now, rowers. We're looking to find the 18 target watts. Relax there, Christina. Relax the watts, find the 18. This is new. This is new for you. Finding and working to lighten the load. Great work, great work. Leveraging off the feet, light to the seat, load to the handle. The entire length of that drive, we're leveraging off the foot stretchers, with the drive starting with the legs. Plant the feet. Once they're loaded, we keep them loaded. We connect, use that body as a lever through the hips to accelerate to the finish. Everyone's spot on target. You're looking good. We're looking good on the targets, staying where we are, focused on 1 minute at a time. Long arms there, Nancy. Keep that handle up at the catch. Keep the elbows away from the body through that leg drive. There we go. That looks good. Good change. Focus on the breathing and the length. Breathing and the length of that stroke. Less force. Just attaching the hips to the catch, accelerate to the finish. We're coming into another minute down, which means we're making our next rating shift. We're 3 minutes away from that extended break. We're 3 minutes away from the break. Working long and relaxed. Keep the job easy. Keep the task at hand easy, using all the tools. Length and leverage. Length and leverage, we're now at that 20. Shifting the stroke rate rowers. We're taking the catch a little bit quicker, right? Less time on both ends of the stroke, but work hard to not apply more force. Higher rate does not require harder strokes. Same stroke, same length, same force, work in the acceleration. Find the 20s now, rowers. There we go. Working hard for that target stroke rate. Seeing a lot of 19s on the board. Find it. Find that little bit of pep in your step on the catch, right? We're just spending less time on the ends of the stroke. With another minute down, let's focus on the pivot. Big pivot, rowers, chest up and pivot. So chest up, hips back. Chest up, hips back. We've got less than 2 minutes. Spot on there, Ira, working for the 20. Good work there, good work. Right on the target, Watts. Finding that 20, Christina. Keeping that chin level out of the drive. Christina, Nora, Nancy. Right on the target, Watts. Don't add to it. Don't build. Don't accelerate. In about 10 to 15 seconds, we're making our final rating shift for the final minute before our break. Here we go. Let's find that 22. 22 on the stroke rate, 1 minute. 1 minute now. Don't overshoot the watts now, rowers. You're all looking a little high on the watts. Keep it light, keep it loose. Keep it light, keep it loose. We're on 22. $30 to 40 seconds. Right on target now, rowers. Right on it. Find that 22, 180, 22 there, Nancy. Fighting for it there a little bit, Christina, with his last 15 to 20 seconds. Keep it cool, calm, collected, smooth, long, and relaxed. Smooth, long, and relaxed through these last couple of strokes. And let's paddle, paddle, relax, catching that breath. On that paddle and break here, on that paddle and break, we are going to take 4 to 5 minutes total on this rest. We're going to get 4 to 5 minutes, so we're going to get plenty of time off to stretch it out, hop up, hydrate. And we could take that break here. You can go handles down if you're ready. We got about 4 minutes off. Christina, did we start to feel that a little more than we would have liked in the last couple minutes? Was that harder than it should have been? Or was it okay? Sort of? Okay. I'm just making sure. When I see rowers over the target watts by upwards of 20 in the first of 3 pieces, I'm always just saying, remember, stay reserved, keep it relaxed. I don't want it to feel incredibly difficult. That last 6-minute stretch, your heart rate's certainly going to climb. That is bound to happen. But make sure we're shooting for those targets.
Steven, could you tell me what I was doing with my chin that I shouldn't be?
Lifting it out of the catch.
Okay.
I know you take the catch because your head goes up. And when your head goes up, the natural trigger is for you. You're gonna open your body at the catch if your head is part of that catch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I'm trying to look at my monitor, so I need to bring my monitor down.
Well, the thing is, like your head is level going into the catch. You noticeably lift it out of the catch. It's not
Okay.
it's not what you're looking at that's causing it. It's some small trigger of lifting the chin, and it's really common. So like you're not, and I mean Christina, you're doing it a little bit, Nancy. And the biggest thing is that if you're, I mean, and I know this makes sense already, but like if you're doing it at 15, 16, 18 strokes a minute, that head is heavy. And if you're head banging at 30 strokes a minute, that is going to adversely affect boat speed. That's the thing, you know? Yeah, yeah, we'll talk about that. Maybe I'll even send a short little video. Because a lot of times, even if you don't see it, or you might not feel it, but you see it and you're like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. So
I don't feel it, but I've watched like from recordings of this class, I've watched myself and I've noticed a little tick up.
and it's so small, but again, small now is bigger at speed. So
Okay.
and it's subtle. Rowers about 60 seconds, no more than 90, about 60 seconds, no more than 90. And again, this is not supposed to feel incredibly challenging. So if you felt that your heart rate climbed a bit too high in that last 6-minute stretch, back off a couple of watts. You might be surprised how much 5 watts would be a difference if you need to back off it a little bit. Last minute of rest here. Let's make sure we're finishing up our stretches. Let's make our way back to the ergs. Hydrate, stretch it up. We're going to get started in the next 30 to 40 seconds. We're going to repeat. Nothing new. "30 seconds. Even now you're doing it, Nora, and you're not even on pressure. It's crazy. It's so small. And it is tiny. It's like a centimeter. It's like a centimeter, but yeah. All right, rowers. With all that said, don't let it frustrate you. Just keep working at it. And that's to everybody. It's one of those things. Let's pick up the handles, slide on up to the catch. Press the button on the ear to continue. First minute body Vesper, just stretch it out and relax. Ready, row. So body Vesper, we do this day in and day out. All of you know this, but we can use this drill for a number of reasons. Right now, I want you to focus on keeping that head flat on top of the shoulders. This goes to everyone. That head is in the same position on top of the shoulders, no matter where we are in the pivot or the stretch. So that means the chin doesn't go down to the finish. The chin doesn't go up at the catch, right? It happens on both ends of the stroke. If we drop the chin at the finish, we're going to collapse the core. If we lift the chin at the catch, we're going to open the bodies early. We want all the action to be basically below the waist. Everything on top of the waist still. Let's go continuous rowing, rowers, 14. 14 strokes a minute. For my on-water rowers, pretend you're in a single and you're just trying not to screw it up, right? That's how still we're talking, right? Like you don't want to be in the boat and everybody feels you moving around. Be still. 14 strokes a minute. Everything above the waist still, but relax. Don't let this stillness create tension and rigid. Relax, long. Pushing the catches away. Smooth acceleration, catch to finish. Nothing heavy, hard, not a lot of force. Just focusing 1 minute at a time, one stroke at a time. Consistent. As I look over at erg zone, it's solid. All I'm seeing, +2, -1, +3, which means you're right on target. Let's keep it on target. Hit the target watts spot on. High hands, heads high, rowing proud, chest up. Everything's horizontal. As we bring the body over, don't shrink, don't get short, don't duck behind the monitor, stay tall. Use that monitor as a reference point, as a height point. Stay one height the whole way through. As we move the rate, you can see it, erg zone's got you, 16 stroke rate. Let's find the 16. Subtle change. I shouldn't be able to notice that we've gone to a 16 if I weren't looking at the numbers. Same stroke, same length, same force, picking those catches. Check yourself, make sure we're relaxed through the neck, arms, and shoulders. Mouths open, no tension in the jaw, the neck, arms, and shoulders. On that next minute off, we're gonna run that body Vesper, cut the cake again. I want you to run it as slow as you can. As slow as you can, check the head and shoulders relaxing. Slow, deliberate, precise. Christina, you're a little bit ahead on the clock, but that's a-okay. Yeah, we're just gonna see a little bit of separation in some of you guys. We've got a little bit of separation on the clocks, but again, it's not a big deal. It's only like 20, 30 seconds. So we're gonna just be following the instructions from Erg Zone. Christina, you're gonna be the first one moving back on continuous rowing. 16. 16 strokes a minute on the next one. Katie, you'll be just a little bit behind, but again, you all know what we're running through. Next stroke rate on 16, same focus. Posture and length, still and precise. Slide control into that catch. I want you to feel the wheels moving under that seat. All rowers on 16 strokes a minute. All the force to the feet. We're just loading the foot stretchers and leveraging against them. Plant the feet, load the legs, leverage through. Hang loose through the shoulders and the elbows and the arms, hanging loose. Make sure we're not locking those elbows out. Keep that body nice and still, in and out of that catch, Jill. Remember, once the body is set, we don't want to see any change in the hips and the shoulders, no change in that body angle. And we're 90 seconds away from the next break, so just keep it relaxed, right on target. Don't overwork those watts. Keep it easy, using the length, staying relaxed, just making sure that we're accelerating the handle. As we come into our next minute mark, I'm going to give you about 30 to 45 seconds that I'm not going to speak. I want you to listen to the handle, listen to the fan, make sure that we're accelerating catch to finish. When we move into the 18 stroke rate, listen to the fan. Make sure we're going loud, louder, loudest, starting with the legs to the body to the finish. Good work. Most of us are on that 18. You'll be there in 20 seconds there. Katie, we're looking at the 18 stroke rate. Listen to the fan. Accelerate. All the actions from the hips. Upper body still, legs driving. Push the erg across the room from the hips. Good work. Christina, take the body Vesper slower than you normally would. Rowers coming into the next minute off. Body Vesper. Everything above the waist. Still. Slow. Chin does not move. Again, if I could not see your lower body, if I could only see your shoulders, your arms, and your head, I don't want to be able to tell where you are throughout that rowing stroke. That was a good one, Nora. We're coming into our next long stretch, right? Our next long stretch before our next long break. Everyone focused on what's going on, shoulders, hands, and head. Rowers, we're moving into the 18. Katie, you're just 30 seconds behind. Don't sweat it. We'll still follow the clocks. We'll get it together for the last one. But once again, we're on the 18. The rating, 18, noticeably higher than the 14. Less time to get it all done. You need to be even more still. The only movements contribute to the watts, no wasted efforts or energy. We're not opening the back, we're not lifting the head, we're not moving the chin. Hands are level into and out of the catch. The body is absolutely set by half slide, still through the catch. Looks good there, Christina. Scott, solid. Getting it done, JP. Tall and long there, Nora. Big pivot of the hips there, Ira. Scott, for my gentleman, big pivot of the hips. Hips back as we mark another minute down, rowers. We're just executing 1 minute at a time. Solid work there, Rachel. Spot on target, finding that 18 stroke rate, find it. Once again, everybody is in single digits on the target rate, right where we want to be, exactly what we're looking for. A reminder to give an exhale as we complete the stroke, as we complete the work phase, as we complete that drive phase, exhale, remind yourself to relax before we recover. We've got the work phase, the recovery phase. Let's make sure we're taking advantage of that recovery. Long recovery, longer drive. Another minute down, relaxing. We can see that finish line about 4 minutes out. Hands away first there, Christina. Hands away first. Show me a big pivot there, Jill. Hold those knees for a second there, Jill. Hold the knees and pivot. Nice work, keeping the legs on it for a long time. Lean in late, let the legs do the heavy lifting. Think the legs are for the lifting, upper body is for the accelerating. We can only accelerate after we've loaded the foot stretcher. Load the foot stretcher through the front half, accelerate back through the finish. And that's another minute down. Rowers, we're taking the shift. We're taking the rating shift to a 20. Stay on it there, Christina. Stay on it. We need that horsepower right on target. Find the 20, find the target rate. Finding your 133 at the 20, Christina. We're not asking for more, but we're asking for just at that 133. Make sure we're hanging onto the handle all the way to that finish. Now we're keeping force to the handle through the back end of the stroke. If we're not accelerating the back end, we're losing length. Complete the drive every last centimeter into the body. Katie, just under 3 minutes. Christina, we're approaching the 2-minute mark. Right on the 20. That's another minute down, Christina. Right there with it. All right, the rest of the rowers, we're coming into that shift, or we're coming into that 2-minute mark. Looking good, Scott. Right on target. Steady as can be. Keep your chest up, stay tall, posture up, keep your lungs off the legs. Make sure with length and posture, we're staying relaxed. Don't get rigid or tense. There's your minute down there, Katie, JP. Christina, we're going to be the first one coming into that final minute. It's your art. Find that rating, Christina. Control. And the final minute on 22 stroke rate. Good. Rowing into it there, Scott, Nora, Ira, Jill, Nancy, Rachel. Into that final minute. Let's look for the 22 on the target watts. 22 on the target watts. Last minute. And you're there, Jill. Tall, chest up. Quiet in the bodies, no extra movement. Christina, 25 seconds. 30 seconds there, Nora. Katie, we're into that final minute. Staying tall. Remember, as that rating's up, upper body still. Reaching for it, Nancy. Reaching for it, Nancy. Seeing that 139 on the drive leg, Nancy. There we go. That's more like it. 145. Hands out high and long. Hands out high and long. 20 seconds there, Nancy. Finish it through there, Scott. Nice and strong. Nora, Ira. Rachel rowing it through. 30 seconds, Katie. Coming into those final few strokes for the last rowers across the line. Paddle them out, catch the breath, slow it all down. We're into our break phase here. Rest up, catching the breath. We've got one more ahead of us, y'all. One more, one more. Nice work, all. Nice work. Looking at about 2.5 minutes of rest. 2.5 minutes of rest. About 90 seconds. Coming into our last minute of rest here. Coming into our last minute of rest. We're going to repeat for our final 15-minute stretch. Nothing new. We're not going to change anything. We're not going to shift any focus. Nora, pause it, body. Don't look at me. Just kidding. Look at your screen. No, it's good. Pause the body. Okay, good. Go to half slide. Go to the catch. Now, when I say row, the only thing you're going to do is push the legs down. Ready? Go. That's the first time you didn't lift the chin. So it's one of these small things you can practice on your own. Go to the catch, stop at the catch, then apply the feet. Now you can like really, but just moving through the catch, you're going to keep that old habit. So I would recommend just throw a pause in and then just try the drive. That's all. Make your way back there, rowers. All of you guys are back. That makes our 5-minute break. We're going to finish up right on time. Let's get our feet strapped in for the last one. Body pause, half slide pause through the first minute. Body, half slide, press the button on the ear to continue. We're sitting ready. Ready, y'all. Rope. Take the stroke and pause at body. Sit there for a second. Go to half slide. Sit there for a second. And take that stroke. Just focused on nothing from the hands to the shoulders to the head, moving anywhere through that. Scott, I don't know what just happened, but if you want to stop it and start it over one last time, you're only 20 seconds. Oh, erg configured. Are you good? It looks like you're good, Scott. You're good. Cool. And I think many of you would be surprised with how much movement actually happens. It's looking really good right now. All of us are looking rock solid. I just want to make sure that we maintain that level of focus on how still we're rowing when we go continuous 14. I think that clock has shifted for all of us. We're on continuous 14. 14 is slow enough to where you can focus. I'm still to the finish. I'm still to body. Am I still over half slide? Am I still to the catch? And if we have a tendency to move that chin around, just think, arrive to the catch, plant the feet. Nothing more, nothing less. Arrive to the catch, plant the feet. 14, there's no hurry. In fact, if you were rowing on the water at 14, there would be so much more time between placement of the blade and application of power. That's sort of what we're working at here. Arrive to the catch, apply the force. Nothing needs to happen quickly. Arrive, connect, accelerate. It's better, Nora. It's definitely better. Just keeping that focus and staying relaxed on through. All about doing less. Every movement's subtle. In fact, we're trying to apply the most amount of force with the least amount of movement, right? We're not trying to be hard, fast, or aggressive, but we do want a lot of force in our rowing stroke. It's how we move boats. It's how we move that fan. It's how we get those watts up. But effective application. We're approaching our next shift. It looks like we're going to be moving to a 16 for 1 minute. Same amount of focus, same amount of focus. The 16 is still long and low. Looking good. Keep the force to the feet for a long time. Don't open those bodies up too soon. Let the legs do the heavy lifting now. Really nice strokes there, rowers. All around, looking good. Looking mechanical, but relaxed. Nice blend between the two, right? Mechanical means we're perfect. Relaxed, we're not rigid. We're going to go paddle and Vesper on the next minute. Nothing more, nothing less. Paddle and Vesper, move slow, relaxed, control, slow, relaxed control, catching that breath. As we catch that breath there, and we can tell Christina those plus 20, 25 watts in the first couple segments are now resulting in those negative, 20 watts. So we can just see that now. We can see how going on too high early is affecting us now in these later rounds. So let's remember that for the next one, all right? 10, 15 seconds, we're gonna go right back to the 16. Let's look for precision. Let's hit those targets. Every single stroke. Most of us are coming in, we'll be taking it back to continuous, and we're back to continuous 16. Back to continuous 16 strokes a minute. Following your clock, so some of us are a few seconds behind, which is A-okay. Posture and length, loose as we attach to the catch. Posture and length, loose as we attach and accelerate. The only movements we make contribute to the power, nothing more, nothing less. Anticipate that arrival to the catch, attach the upper body through force down in the legs, and swing and accelerate to the finish. Let your length and acceleration work for you to get those watts up. Looking good, Nancy. Let's find that 16. Same thing, Rachel. Nice work. Posture and length now, rower staying long. Legs down. First things first, right off the catch. Let's take the focus back to the pivot here. Remember, we shift the weight from the back of the seat to the front of the seat. That is easier when we maintain that posture around the back end. Not only chin up, chest up at the finish, but belly button up. Keep that torso tall, up on the sit bones the whole time. Nice work there, Rachel. Staying loose, long, and relaxed there, making sure we're on that 16. And we're rowing into that rating shift. You're there, Christina. Rowers, we're finding that 18 here on 1 minute. Tall at that finish there, Nancy. Tall at the finish. Keep that torso engaged. Nice and tall there, Scott, at the release. Big pivot, big pivot. Chest up there, Jill, into and out of the catch. Don't collapse. Don't let that chest point downward at the catch there. Staying tall. In about 20, 30 seconds. Looks good there, Nora. Definitely seeing improvements there. Subtle changes going a long, long way there. Keep it up. Keep it up. All the action in the lower body. All the action in the legs. And there will be no drill on this last minute. No drill on this next minute. Just want to work on staying loose, catching the breath. If you want to hydrate and grab yourself a sip of water, we can. This will be our final minute off, and we're going to run our last 6-minute run to the finish. All right, we're running 18, 20, 22, same as before. If you're feeling a little more winded or a little more taxed than you would like, back off these first 3 minutes. All right, want to make sure that we make it to the end in control. Looking at about 20, 30 seconds, and we'll be jumping into that last stretch, that last climb. We put a lot of work in there today. Let's finish it up nice and strong as we get the boats moving. 18, on the stroke rate, 18 on the stroke rate. Just about all boats are moving. Scott just a little behind with Jill there, but again, A-okay. Let's get in control, rowing your stroke, your boats, and it's not a race. One stroke at a time. We're practicing. Catch to finish. All rowers, focus, catch to finish. Listen to it. We don't want to hear the seat. We don't want to hear the slide. We want to hear that fan. Listen to it. $18 rowers, 18. Good. Looking good there, nice and strong, Nancy. Loud, louder, loudest. Acceleration. Listen to it. Load, swing. Loose through the arms, loose through the arms. Don't fight it, don't pull it, don't engage. Hang it on the bones. Legs are the primary drivers. 1 minute at a time. Good. Thinking about the distance between the hips and the handle. Every time we get to that finish, just spreading the hips and the hands out first, making sure the handle leads us to the catch. Hold the hips so we can pivot. Lots of distance, hips to hands as we get another minute down. Rowers, another minute down. 4 minutes to that finish line. 4 minutes till we're in and done. Complete the drive now. Elbows through the finish. Just attaching, just hanging on the bones there. Getting those shoulders out in front of the ears as we reach into the catch. Head high. Length out of the arms. Approaching that 3-minute mark. Rowers approaching the next shift. Next minute mark going up, taking that 20. Christina, we got this. 3 minutes. 3 minutes on the 20. Stay focused. Keep it determined. Here we go, rowers. All rowers moving in. 20 on that stroke rate. 3 minutes to go. Focus 1 minute at a time. Got this, Christina. Good work there, Rachel. Solid work, Nancy, Nora. Each and every one of you just doing your part, finding your watts. We need each watt at each rate. Stay tall there, Jill. In and out of that front end. In and out of that front end on that catch. Remember, what's that head doing? What are the head and shoulders doing? No movement in the upper body. Everything is down in the lower. Everything's down in the quads, glutes, hips, and legs. As we approach another minute down, Christina, it's 2 minutes to the line, 2 minutes to the dock. We can see the finish. We can smell it. We're nearly there. 2 minute mark, rowers. Eyes on the prize, eyes on the watts, eyes on that stroke rate. Solid, solid. Fight for it, Christina. Use that 20. No 19s, use that 20. Here we go. Come on. Stay stubborn into that last 90 seconds, Christina. Good work there, Nora. Still focused on that posture length, head and shoulders, still looking very much improved. All right, keep that up through this final minute. As we row into the final minute, rowers, we're taking it to a 22. 22, Christina, last 22 strokes. Last 22 strokes. Nora, we're there. Rachel, Nancy, Ira, Katie, Jill, we're there. JP, last minute is yours. Nice work there, Scott. There we go. I see some of you squeezing some more watts out of it. If you have something in the tank, park it at the 22, squeeze a couple more watts out of it. What can you do with that SPI in the last 20, 30 seconds? 30 seconds on, keep the 22 stroke rate, more distance per stroke, more watts per stroke, maintain length and leverage. Last 20 seconds. Scott, last 40 seconds. Keep it on. Send it across that line with confidence. All the way through that finish, every rower. Good work there, Scott. Taking it across the line. It is 32 minutes past the hour for anybody who needs to skedaddle. We finished it up a moment behind schedule. Nice work this morning.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great job this morning, Rachel.
You.
Great job all around.
Have a good
What do you say?
have a good day.
What?
Have a
What'd
good
you say?
day.
You have a good day.
Hi,
I
Jen.
am it's rough this
She was
morning.
telling you to have a good day. You can
Yeah.
have a good day, Steven.
You guys all have a good day.
Yeah.
You've earned it. You've earned
Yeah,
it.
everybody have a good day. 10K to start the day. Kicking.
Have a good day. Happy birthday, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday. Oh,
Thank
Thank
hey,
you.
Christina.
Bye.
Good job, ladies. Good
I
job.
appreciate it.
Good
Great
job,
job,
Ira.
everyone.
Good job, Katie.
I will see you guys next time. Nora, I will talk to you soon and see you soon. All right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. You guys have a great one. I'll see you soon.